Join us at the start of the Silver Goblets and Nickalls Challenge Cup. An open pair. Netherlands on top of your screen versus Australia on the right of your screen.
When I see your bow straight and ready, I'll start to like this. Attention.
A little bit of wind picking up there on the start line, Adam.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah, they definitely. It's maybe slightly sort of more down the line now, isn't it? Because we were having a bit of a wind shadow off the island there, whereas it looks like definitely a bit more popple around these boats, which is quite nervy in the pairs, isn't it? It's quite.
Go.
What you want, but Sir Matthew Pinsent roaring you off the start line, telling you to go, and you get going.
It's a nice calm voice to hear, isn't it, when you're off there? Really, again, nice. Probably a slightly better start there from the Australians there on the right-hand side of the screen, up against the Dutch on the left.
And we've seen this Dutch combination recently. If you look at the past World Cups, they've actually switched from sculling, switched from 2 oars to 1 oar, jumped into this pair. The Aussies we've seen through the World Cups in different combinations, but that classic Dutch rowing, so loose up top, long and loose, tapping that boat along. It's very still, doesn't it?
Yeah, really slick, and actually really got a close margin here. If anything, the Dutch have slightly overturned that very early lead that the Australians had. And as you said, Jess, yeah, these two Dutch competitors are actually more known for their sculling, yeah.
What's great in this shot here, look at that kind of, it almost looks like the paws, the Aussie pair, there, they've got hold of the boat, there. You don't just want to really whiz past, you actually want to put your oar in, grip the water, create some resistance, and then squeeze. And that's a lovely example of doing it well.
That's great patience there, isn't it, to do that? It's very tempting to sort of try and pull back before you've actually locked and loaded. God, this is such a good matchup for these pairs. This is really, really good going so far. Obviously, Australians were pleased to hear that they've obviously got their new consultant coach coming online, or have been working with them already in Europe. And
I've seen him here today.
Yeah, he's really getting stuck into it, which is great. A real legend in the sport, Jürgen Grobler, and obviously flying out there to help them with their preparations in August ahead of the World Championships.
Yeah, so that grip and squeeze looks very good in the Aussie pair, but the Dutch, the top of your screen, that orange combo, just moving. It looks a little bit more agricultural, but they're moving away.
It's a different style, isn't it? But it's working for them, right? And it's actually much more upright in the Dutch boat, isn't it? You know, really kind of upright rowing, but getting a lot more compression. Really look at how the seat is drawing into the heels and then driving away, whereas the Australians better, you know, a slightly different or more reach from the hips and backs being used.
The Dutch sometimes don't look like they're trying, but it's so loose, it's so down. They're just tapping it along, and they've moved away from that strong-looking Aussie pair. But I tell you what, it's a headwind. Anything can happen down this course in these smaller boats.
Totally, and then also different styles can suit the conditions as they evolve, right? And so that's a I wouldn't say it's comfortable, but that's an early canvas half-length lead there for the Dutch boat. As we look at the signal there on the barrier, with the 1 for the lane, for the Berkshire Station lane, slightly ahead of the 2 there in the background.
It is tight, though. Nothing to call in this race right now as they come through the first 600 metres. The Aussies got a little bit more grip, and the Dutch look a little bit smoother. So it's a real difference of styles. Who's going to start moving through the middle?
This is great now, because actually they've got out of that kind of franticness of the start really into their rhythms, and it will just be a test of who's got the better rhythm, who's got the better mid-race pace now, and who's going to slightly eke it out. Swooping past there, it did look like the Dutch were just taking a little bit stroke by stroke, but could easily be proved wrong in a couple of minutes. We know how fast these small boats can change speed.
It's the last chance for both these combinations to race. Oh, huge shout there.
Aggressive, isn't it?
The bow seat there, Mitch Salisbury said, move. He's telling his stroke man, he's screaming at Nicholas Smith and said, let's go now.
Yeah, they're really giving it a big thump there, can't you? You can see the energy being thrown into the boat as the hull is lifting out the water.
That's a big call. He looked around, he thought, we're level with this Dutch crew, we're going to go now.
Yeah, and this is the time to be doing that, isn't it? Really trying to sort of give yourself a bit of breathing space and to watch your opponent. The Dutch looking unfazed, though. It looks more relaxed and smooth in there, doesn't it? You know, they're really not. And if anything, that economy of that efficiency of stroke and economy that they're getting through that is working for them.
Yeah, the Aussies are definitely giving it some here, and that move has worked. I think we're kind of bow ball to bow ball as they're coming through Remenham. Peering out of my box right now, they've still got quite a lot of the course to go. Wow, what a move, Adam. They've
That's
just
brilliant.
moved about a canvas up on the Netherlands, who look so calm and relaxed in front. Can they hold on to this, Australia? Have they gone too early?
What a race! What a race in the pairs this is. This is absolutely fantastic. Yeah, as you were saying, Jess, the Australians look like they have really thrown something at this to get this lead and get the momentum their way. I'd like to think the Dutch, the way they're rowing this so smooth, there must be more gears in there, right? So I don't think it's going to be long before we'll see a response from the Dutch. But they are throwing it themselves at this, aren't they? Look at them really swing back on it, and that's good half length almost, isn't it?
Look at that. Australia have moved. They've gone to half a length, but they've got 600 metres still to go. Have you gone too early, lads? Let's find out.
Gosh, there's really nothing in it. They're not making that much progress off the half length. It's sort of holding there, isn't it? But are the Dutch going to respond? They look very calm and collected, don't they? There's just a little look over there from the strokeman, just having a little sense of like how far we're going to let them get away before we start to up the rate or up the power.
That was a funny little look. Thijs Ruiken looked across there. He shook his head a little bit. Maybe he thought you were saying, no way, guys. We've got some gears to move here. You are joking. And they are holding them at half a length. A huge Aussie there from the bank. Is that going to spur them on? Can they keep this level up? It is a lot of pain right now.
It was lovely there because you can see they're sort of stroke matching each other at the moment. There's not too much in it, but yes, the Aussies are now eking that out towards the full length. And that's a great position to be in as you get into the enclosures, just trying to buy yourself a little bit of breathing space. Come on, the Dutch, are you going to respond to this? This is the time to go.
I think the Aussies have done it. Look, the Australians remarkably found an extra gear. They started moving their hands away. They're squeezing those legs a little bit harder, and they've gone to a full length here over the Dutch. What looked like the Dutch were going to move away, the Aussies keep on moving.
It looks like they've fired up the engines, and now they've just made it a little bit smoother, haven't they? And now it's really working for them as they pull away. Doesn't look like the Dutch have really changed anything. I think they've been keeping at the similar sort of speed, but the Australians definitely ignited the afterburners, and now that's gripped and actually is sending them down the course that bit faster.
Well, the Netherlands had no answer there, and we thought the Aussies might have gone too early, but they know they must have had a very good chunk of training, an incredible turn of pace, incredible commitment to the middle of the race. That's so hard to move with almost 1,000 metres of the race left to go, and they did it, and they moved together in this pair. They dropped the hammer, they cranked up a gear, and they've absolutely broken the Netherlands. What an incredible change of pace.
And they're not taking anything for granted here, aren't they? Winding it all the way through from the progress boards, as you would. You definitely wouldn't leave anything to the last minute, but they're closing off the attack. They're fantastic from the Australians.
A hand in the air, a quick yeah. They are pleased with that, and so they should be. It's a win. And the silver goblets for Salisbury and Smith of Australia, over Meijssen and Ruiken of the Netherlands.